Wait! You could die. At least tell me your name.
This is Aitanajha from inspiredtorise.com. Stay inspired to rise. So guys, today we are going to talk about the Micromax Dual 5 smartphone. It comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED screen with a 2.5D curved glass display and Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection. It has an all-metal body and at the sides this phone is quite thin. The build and design of this phone does feel really nice. At the bottom we have the USB Type-C, the speaker grill, and you can also see the antenna band on the back. On the right hand side we have the power button and the volume rocker for the smartphone, and there is a gradual curve on the back of the smartphone which is quite visible. On the top we have the 3.5mm jack and the infrared blaster, and on the left hand side we have the dual SIM tray slot, which is a hybrid SIM tray slot, along with a special button which can be configured for your various shortcuts. On the back of the phone we have the fingerprint sensor, two dual cameras, both of which are 13 megapixel cameras, and if you look closely there is the Micromax logo along with both of the IMEIs written on it. Under the hood, the smartphone comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 652 octa-core chipset, 4GB of RAM, 128GB of internal storage, and almost every sensor that you might imagine or need for a great smartphone experience. It comes with a 3200 mAh battery and supports Quick Charge 3.0, so that means it would charge fastly. The device scored 81,445 on the Antutu benchmark, which is a good score, but they could have chosen another high-performing chipset. Still, it's good. It scored 59.7 frames per second on the Nina Mark II benchmark, which is also an okay score. It scored 1434 on the single core and 3000 plus on the multi-core score on the Geekbench benchmark. The single core performance is almost as good as the Snapdragon variant of Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and the multi-core performance also is good. It scored quite good on the Quadrant standard benchmark also, and I would say that the general performance on this phone is okay. According to Micromax, the camera on this smartphone is one of the best that they have ever made. I agree with them to some extent, and I'm not 33 years old, I'm just 23. Okay, so that's 10 years plus. I need to start sleeping. Okay. So 13 megapixel dual camera with Sony sensors. One is the color sensor, one is the monochrome sensor with a great f1.8 aperture, pixel size of 1.12 micrometers. It supports PDAF and has a Corning Gorilla Glass protection on the lens. It has 6p lens and dedicated color temperature sensor. So how good are the images? You can see the quality for yourself. The normal images taken were good, but the images wherein I tested the bokeh mode, I found that the bokeh looked a little bit unnatural, just like the Cool One Dual. The most natural bokeh till date I have seen is on the Honor 6X, but this one also had good bokeh in certain lighting conditions. In certain lighting conditions it was really good. The camera quality is great, and the f1.8 aperture does make your low light shots also look good. Now this is a 4K video shot from the back camera of the Dual 5, and you can see that the clarity is certainly there. The f1.8 aperture does make sure that you can capture low light also with ease. There are other options like time-lapse videos, slow motion videos, you can create GIF, and the application itself has options to create basic movies with pre-built visual and music effects. There's also another option to create 3D video. Now, as is visible from this footage, the overall stabilization etc. was okay and the details and clarity were good. One of the things that surprised me about this phone was that the front camera also records 4K video. So this is most likely the first smartphone I have seen that has a front camera which records 4K video, because I haven't seen any other smartphone doing this, especially in India. So that's something that needs to be appreciated, that this smartphone has a front camera that is capable of recording 4K videos. Now let's talk about the operating system and the user interface. The user interface is a one-page style of user interface, and the OS on this one is Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. There is less bloatware this time around than many of the other Micromax smartphones. And you also have dedicated custom themes, options to change fonts etc. So customization also has been taken care of. Another thing that I liked about it was that it has a heat source application which checks which of the applications are causing your smartphone to heat up, and you can clean them off from your memory. So that's something appreciable. The multitasking on this phone also felt smooth during my limited time with this device. The Dual 5 has a unique feature that it has an independent high-grade security chip. One of the good things about this one is the safe switch. As soon as someone who has stolen your phone pulls out the SIM card, there would be an automatic lock on, and if there are attempts to hack your phone, it would self-destruct, which means that all of your data would be erased. So that's something great. And now let's test the sound quality and audio output of this one. So as is clear, the sound output is loud, but bass is little bit lacking. The fingerprint sensor also on this device was quite smooth and worked right every time. There are also dedicated shortcuts for the fingerprint sensor which can be used to do different actions. Dual 5 would retail for a price of 25,000 rupees, and for this price you also get 1 year replacement warranty in case you break your phone, and 24-hour service promise, Micromax Care application, and I feel that for this price this smartphone does deliver on a lot of fronts. It's got a great camera, 128GB of storage, independent security chip, a front camera that records 4K video, and almost everything on this smartphone does feel good on paper. And in my limited time with this phone too, I felt that a lot of issues that Micromax earlier had, they have tried to resolve them, and the genuine effort does show up. So guys, who should buy this smartphone? This smartphone is meant for people who want a good design, good camera and above average performance. But someone who is a performance enthusiast or really performance hungry, they should still go for the OnePlus 3T, which is still a better performing smartphone. Though this smartphone also packs in quite a lot of punch. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. This is Aditya Najha from inspiredtorise.com. Signing off folks, stay inspired to rise.